Attention passionate Atlanta, Falcons fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC South and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Atlanta Falcons' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Atlanta Falcons fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Atlanta, FALCONS FANS. Let's get to the news now, folks. What we're hearing right now is arguably one of the most intriguing rumors swirling around the NFC South since the trade deadline. The word on the street is that the New Orleans Saints might be looking to shake things up by trading one of their most talented young receivers, Chris Olave, to the Atlanta Falcons. And let me tell you, if this trade goes down, it could be a game changer for Atlanta, not just for the remaining games this season, but for the long-term outlook of this team. It's a move that could redefine the Falcons' offensive identity and bolster their chances of making a serious push in the playoffs. So let's break down what's happening here. The Saints, who are currently sitting at a disappointing 3-6, are facing some tough financial constraints with only about $9 million in cap space and a lot of questions surrounding their quarterback, Derek Carr. His numbers, especially EPA per pass of -0.5, rank him as the 28th quarterback in the league, which isn't exactly inspiring confidence. Add to that the fact that the Saints have struggled offensively, giving up an average of 28 points per game, ranking 25th in EPA per drive. And it's clear they're in rebuild mode, or at least looking for ways to rebuild their roster and their future. The rumor is that the Saints are open to trading Olave, a 25-year-old wide receiver with elite hands and explosive playmaking ability, in exchange for a third-round pick in the 2026 draft. Why would they do that? Well, reports suggest that their focus is shifting toward a defensive rebuild, especially after allowing so many points and ranking low in run defense EPA. They see the potential to free up some cap space, about $17 million, by moving Olave, which they could use to extend their offensive line or invest in other areas of need. Plus, with the Saints looking to bolster their run defense and build a more balanced team, moving Olave might be a strategic move to free up resources for the future. Now, from the Falcons' perspective, this is a golden opportunity. Atlanta, sitting at 3-5, finds itself in a tricky spot, technically a seller or a borderline team approaching the deadline, especially after sitting out last week's game. They are craving speed, especially at wide receiver, to help stretch the field and open up more options for Desmond Ridder. With Drake London still recovering from his hip injury and Dondre Mooney DNP in Week 9 due to a hamstring strain, adding a guy like Olave could be just what the offense needs to take that next step. Olave, who's been lighting things up this season, is not just a deep threat but a consistent target with elite hands and a knack for making big plays. His stats speak volumes: over 100 career receiving yards, 30 touchdowns, and a PFF grade of 89.5. The guy plays with a rare combination of speed and precision, clocking a 4.34 40-yard dash and winning 86% of his press coverage matchups. He's a guy who can take the top off defenses and create mismatches, something the Falcons desperately need, especially with Mooney out and London still working his way back. In Week 3 alone, Olave caught 9 passes for 132 yards and 2 touchdowns, showcasing his ability to produce in key moments. His yards after catch are elite, averaging 5.6 yards YAC per reception, and he has a knack for clutch third-down conversions, winning more than 11% more on third downs compared to other receivers. His contested catch rate of 84% demonstrates his ability to come down with tough catches, and he's injury-free this season, which is always a plus. For Atlanta, acquiring Olave would inject an instant deep threat, elevating their passing game and making defenses think twice about stacking the box or doubling London. On the other side, the Saints have their reasons to explore such a trade. Moving Olave could open up cap space, roughly $17 million, which they could redirect to extend their offensive line, especially players like Jordan, who carries a hefty $25 million cap hit. They're also prioritizing improving their run defense, which ranks 24th in EPA per run, and this move could help them focus more on stopping the run and less on coverage. The Saints' playoff odds, which sit at plus 11-0, might take a hit with the loss of Olave, but they seem to be betting on a future rebuild, especially with their odds dropping to plus 16, 0 if they continue to struggle without that elite receiver. Now, for the Falcons, the potential acquisition of Olave is not just about adding another receiver. It's about transforming their entire offensive approach. With Olave's speed and playmaking ability, Atlanta could see an 18% increase in explosive plays, especially in the vertical passing game. His ability to stretch the field would complement the Falcons' existing weapons and allow Desmond Ridder to take more shots downfield, which we know can be a catalyst for big scoring drives. It would also mean better red zone efficiency, with an estimated plus 250 yards after catch added to their total, and a boost in third down conversions, increasing from 36% to a projected 43%. That's a significant upgrade that could turn close games into wins. Plus, adding Olave would give the Falcons more versatility on third downs, especially with Pitts coming into the fold more consistently. His presence would also help the offense gain an extra 15 points per game in win probability, which could be the difference between a playoff berth and missing out. Defensively, the Falcons have been under some strain, particularly after losing 12 players to injuries since Week 9. But the offense's newfound explosiveness could lift the team overall, giving them a more balanced attack and helping them stay competitive in a tough NFC South. And if you look at the bigger picture, the Falcons' Super Bowl odds are already starting to climb. From plus 10, 0 earlier in the season, they could see those odds short to plus 4, 0 if this Olave move materializes. That's a real reflection of how much this could inspire confidence in Atlanta's playoff push, especially as they look to exploit weaker secondary units like the Bucs and Panthers, who rank near the bottom in pass defense. Olave's presence could be the X factor in playoff games, especially in the red zone where explosive plays are crucial. Now, it's not just about adding a star receiver. It's about the Falcons positioning themselves as a serious threat in the NFC. Think back to Julio Jones in his prime, how he could take over games with his speed and route running. Olave has that same potential, and if he comes to Atlanta, he could catalyze a new era of high-powered offense, reminiscent of those glory days but with a modern twist. The Falcons are on the cusp of something special, and this trade could be the spark they need to push into serious Super Bowl contention. Meanwhile, the Saints in their rebuild seem to be taking a different route, focusing on defense and cap flexibility. They're betting on their defense to improve and hope their offense can hold up enough without Olave. But for Atlanta, this is an opportunity to capitalize on a division rival's weakness, to make a statement, and to set themselves up for sustained success in the years to come. And now, Atlanta Falcons fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential trade? Are you excited about Olave joining the team? Do you believe he can be the missing piece that takes the Falcons' offense to the next level? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Falcons. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Atlanta Falcons news. This is a pivotal moment, and we're here to bring you all the details as they unfold. Let's go Falcons!